Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most, Wanderbread.
The realest one.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. We're having a great one today. Obviously, we're joined here by a lot of lovely hosts and guests and all kinds of crew members here. To my left here, we got the BMF champion of the world, REG.
Yeah, we're back.
And to my right, this Justin.
Yeah.
And making his, I guess, debut on Uneducated MMA, a crossover episode of sorts. We all grew up loving the crossover episodes, TMNT on Power Rangers, the That's So Sweet Life of That's So Raven, or whatever it was called, all the other ones. A lot of great crossover episodes. Joining us from 806 The Show, another co-host. What do we want to go with? I don't want to take all of Melvin's openings for you. We need some new ones. We need something great. We need some phenomenal.
Whatever comes.
What's your UFC, Dave?
Yeah, what's your UFC nickname?
Yo, Shotgun Sanchez, baby.
Shotgun Sanchez!
I was gonna be the answer.
That's a phenomenal one.
Yeah, right.
I feel like the nickname brings so much. A topic that I want to go over. I guess it'll be the number one that we'll go over right now. You can't give yourself your own nickname.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah, exactly.
That's like a thing. Like growing up, you can't give yourself the nickname.
Yeah.
It is given to you.
That's
whether
true.
you
That's
want the
true.
name or not, it's just something that grows with you. Elliot Taporia, you cannot change your nickname. He goes in with the Matador. He comes out. Listen, the nickname is fire. La Leyenda is a great nickname, but I feel like you can't give it to yourself. It doesn't. I mean, who knows?
He is living up to his word every time he says anything.
No, you're not wrong. He is. Like,
He walks it like he talks it, for sure.
Crazy.
But, I don't know.
I guess you could earn it then,
Yeah.
But, that nickname stuck to him, though.
Every time he makes a statement like this, he backs it up. So I think he's creating his path by changing his nickname.
Well, for me, it's like the only person who I know gave herself a nickname was Kobe, the Black Mamba.
The Black Mamba.
And then he became the Black Mamba.
So
You got to earn it.
Sure.
If you don't live up to it, but
Okay, that's a pretty good comparison. I feel like you could work your way to earn your own nickname.
exactly.
I don't know. Maybe
trying to
that
become
nickname
it.
was given to him, though.
Like the kids in the streets of Spain.
Boys in Italy, this is the Black Mamba.
Mr. Black Mamba. Yeah, mine just came with my name, bro. A lot of Juan jokes and bad Juan puns. Wanderbread, Juan in a Million, Juan Decimo, Wonton Soup.
Juan Decimo is probably like the most
I don't
funniest
hear
one.
not one bad one.
Not one bad Juan. Bro, I will do better for my kids, I promise. I want this on camera. I will do better for my kids.
One the second.
Which one? No.
Bro, it's so bad. Every single last one of them, bro. It's so bad. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess that's cool with me. Some of them are funny enough that I feel like they stick. But I prefer when I get new ones. It's hard to get a new one. That's the tricky part.
Mine is like REG, and I think that one's came from my uncle being Ricky G. Making an IG name, and then I copied it. You know what I'm saying? And then it just surprisingly stuck. I did not expect it to stick, and it stuck forever.
I feel like it's a good one. It's your name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
kind of
a
hard to
G.
do that. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't call. I don't even know if they might not know my name.
You know what I like? You know what I really like? When you just get your last name.
Bro, people didn't know
Sanchez?
I had a first name.
Yeah.
They thought Sanchez was my first name.
Yeah. When I first met you, it was just Sanchez. Nobody told me your first name was Josh.
It was like you were the first Josh, so when I say Josh, I think of you.
Yeah.
And every time someone's like, "Who the hell's Josh?" and I'm just like, Sanchez.
It's like you, how you're like, oh, there's big, and then I guess you're little, but I'm like, what do you mean there's big? And I was like, I didn't know his name was Ariel for the longest time. I was like,
Big was.
I just knew him as
Big. Is big because he's big Ariel, and I was little Ariel.
I want to let you know,
It started that
I got
way.
the lore like 3 years knowing him. Like I didn't know that was what his
That's
name was.
bad funny, yeah.
You see what I mean? They just stick.
And then, but
names are
it just.
given.
So if someone would call me Little Ariel, that's from like way back.
Yeah. That's also you were like 5'5".
Yeah, when I was like bad little, yeah.
I feel like someone coming up to you now and being like, yo, little Ariel. Like,
Yo,
it's the
little.
BMF champion to you,
Yeah,
sir.
it's like yo littles. Some people say yo smalls.
Smalls is all right. I think I take Smalls.
I never heard Smalls before.
Yeah,
Some
no.
people call
I never
it-
heard Smalls before. He's trying to make one right
big
now.
and small, big and
He's trying to
He's
see
my
a
own
little
nickname
sting.
right now.
big and
That's
small.
when they call like someone like really huge, tiny. Like, oh yeah, that's tiny over there.
Tiny Lister, fucking Debo.
Oh
Yeah.
His name is
Yeah.
Tiny Lister.
They did not expect me to become heavyweight. I'll
Heavyweight.
tell you that.
Absolutely not. I didn't see that coming at all.
yeah.
Champion of the world.
Right. Be a math.
But yeah, all right. So let's get into these topics here. I guess
get it.
off of that. So I guess we're going with Ilia Topuria. So we got Ilia Topuria changing his nickname into the La Leyenda, which is a fire nickname, the legend for those of you that don't speak Spanish. He's moving up to 155. He has given up that
Exciting.
145 belt. Now we just have to figure out who's the matchup. Who's he going with? Who's he picking?
He can shout out whoever he wants, even though I know he just got like moving up to this weight class. It's like he can still shout out whoever he wants.
It's tricky. You do like the history with all of it. Most times when people move up in weight to go for like double champ status, they've been a champion for a while and they get a couple defenses under their belt. He won the title and had one title defense, and now he's moving up.
Yeah.
With that being said, who he won it from and how he won it was Volkanovski. That's a legend in and of itself. And then his one title defense, which he knocked out Max Holloway, someone who's never been knocked out before, and also Max Holloway, another name of note.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to say, like, no, don't give him a title
Wait,
shot.
what's Max Holloway UFC nickname?
The Blessed Express.
The Blessed Express.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
blessed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess not that night, but yeah,
No. But that's a fire nickname, though.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
I feel like there's a couple of good UFC nicknames, but the Blessed Express
I
is
think
a
the
good one.
highlight reel was that Gaethje.
That's
Yeah,
just a
it's
Gaethje,
Gaethje.
yeah,
It's
that's
who I
what-
actually want him to fight.
Yeah,
Really?
I want to go up against Gaethje.
I feel like that's a good one off of the Fazeev win. I could see that happening.
I thought of that, but I feel like just because Gaethje fought so recent, and I want to see Topuria fight sooner than later.
but Gaethje, he
I
looks
was
like he's
try-
still healthy though.
Yeah,
he doesn't
true.
look like he was. Hurt.
No, he didn't take
not
a
at
lot
all.
of
You're
damage
right.
in the last one.
But I want him to fight maybe Oliveira.
Oliveira would be good.
Oliveira needs a comeback, bro.
It's a
He needs a
weird
couple
kind of
Ws.
it's a weird kind of mix right now. So right, so you got Islam as champ, you got Arman as 1, Charles at 2, Justin Gaethje at 3, Max Holloway at 4, and Dustin at 5. Justin Gaethje's coming off a win. Charles Oliveira, I believe, is coming off of win loss.
I think he won.
He was like win-loss. I think his last one was a
No,
win.
he won. He beat Michael Chandler. I
Yeah,
forgot
his
that
last
he
one was a
rematched.
win. He beat Chandler.
Yeah, so he's
twice,
also
but-
coming off a win.
But before that, he lost.
Like, because Arman
Arman was injured.
do you give Charles Oliveira the Islam fight, or do you have Charles Oliveira fight Topuria to kind of like fill, or you could just use Arman Sarukian to fight Topuria for him to enter the division. There's a lot of good combinations.
It's a lot of combinations you could do. I feel like I can see Charles and him fighting, and I can also see Arman and him fighting. I don't see Charles and Arman fighting.
Yeah,
I think they just give one of them a title shot rather than have one of them
Yeah,
two fight each
I
other.
agree.
Justin Gaethje wouldn't be a bad idea though.
right, especially off that win.
I think though that like I don't know. Ilya's got a lot of like ego with him. I don't think that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if he'll take a contender fight. He'll just be like, no, give me the title shot. You know, this is very like WWE-esque. He's just
That's
like, no,
what I
I'm the
think
guy. I skipped the line.
I think it makes sense to have him for Sarukian. Sarukian and Topuria like seems like a perfect matchup.
yeah.
Yeah, that would actually be a pretty good fight. I can see him fighting.
Max Holloway, I think you save him for Dustin.
Him and Dustin Poirier BMF title for sure.
Yeah,
This is Dustin's been saying uno mas. He's got one more, and I feel like it's going to be against Max Holloway.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
listening to Ariel Helwani, and they were talking about what it would be a good fight for him and Max to fight in like Louisiana and have that be his
snap.
like send off fight. Perfect. I'm with it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That top 5 is weird. You can make a lot of combos, but I don't know. Why wouldn't you just give him the title shot like off rip? You don't think he's done enough? Like I said, dude, he's knocked out 2 legends. One right after the
He
other.
did take over his division.
Yeah.
Were you talking about Gaethje?
No, Ilya.
Or
Ilya.
Topuria? Yeah, no. I think
Why
Why
wouldn't-
don't you put him?
I
up
think
with-
I think
because
he
other
deserves
people.
to at least call out for a title shot.
I do.
Now, whoever's at
he
the top
does
right
deserve-
now
He does
Can
like.
agree or disagree.
Yeah, he definitely does. I feel like deserve a title fight, but there's other people that been waiting.
Who have been earning it for you.
Yeah, right. Who've been fighting good.
I still
too.
think Arman deserves this shot.
Yeah,
The
me
boy
too.
just got injured, man.
I know,
Like,
I know, but I don't know why they like acting like that with him.
They feel like he did him dirty. I mean, like a week before, you call out with like a back injury or something like that you allegedly knew about beforehand. I can see why they can be a little mad about it.
So if he goes straight for the title, say if he fights
Islam.
Makhachev, Islam.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? What are your predictions on that?
Islam kills him.
Yeah.
I think Islam's just like bigger than him. And he's just bigger and stronger than him. Like I would say, like obviously he's got a puncher's chance.
Topuria does have,
he's
he got
good
hands.
Good boxing. He's got hands. He's strong.
So
but
the
like,
ground, I don't think anyone's like against
you-
Islam on the ground. Nah.
Do you really think he'll stand up versus Islam?
I think
he's gonna try.
I think he try.
If you get hit once or twice, Islam's like, okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah,
You're going to the ground.
He's going for a
Yeah.
ride for
Every
sure.
time.
But then Ilya also has some pretty good wrestling as well.
He does have
Yeah.
those Georgians.
But I just think that it's gonna come
Try to
down to a
counter him
size
off.
thing. That's why I don't think Ilya is gonna fight anytime soon. I think he's gonna want to bulk up to be like a comfortable. I know it's only like a 10-pound difference, but it's not no McDonald's 10 pounds. You got to add
not
up
a water
to
weight or
fight those
anything like that.
155. Like those are big dudes.
But same
up
thing,
there.
like we'll say within 6 months. He can't walk around comfortably in that
I would
weight
say
within
we see
6
him
months.
fight this year for sure, but I can see in like the fall. I
Yeah.
can see that. But like the big pay-per-view coming up in June with International Fight Week, I don't know if they're gonna fight then. I feel like if anything, that's more like if it happens, Tom Aspinall and John Jones will happen then. Something along those lines of like a big title fight like that. But I don't see him being ready enough to fight then. I feel like he'd want to get bigger, especially if he's going for a title fight. If he's fighting a contender, like if he fights a Justin or something like that, I can see him being like, nah, I'm just gonna take
That
it
would
like
be
how
good
it is.
because Gaethje also has hands. So
Yeah.
if they were to both do stand up, even though he did get knocked out by
Bro,
Holloway,
he
and
just-
then Topuria knocked out Holloway,
Buzzer
but
beater.
still,
It's a buzzer beater.
If he clips like a Gaethje and just keeps running through people like that, bro,
Yeah.
you give him the nickname. He earns the nickname.
Yeah, it's just more to add on to like the legacy.
imagine if he takes his nickname. Like,
Yeah.
what if you knock out somebody and like, yo, that's my nickname now?
That's crazy.
That's earned this
the
I'm the
nickname
highlight
taker.
reel.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That'd be fire, bro.
Like, that's
your,
every
your
actually
thing.
amazing.
Yeah, like I'm
You
the
get the-
blessed one.
you
Now he's gonna.
You have it on your trunks. You have it like the blessed one.
You get the, you add the nicknames on
Yeah,
the trunks.
Yo,
Bro,
that'd be
that-
savage,
Yeah,
bro.
that'd be fire. I would love to see that actually.
Just never lose.
We need that. I was talking about this earlier with somebody where I feel like with Ilya, he's going to have a short career in a positive note. I think he's going to like do this crazy run, achieve wild things, and then he's going to bounce immediately.
Yeah.
I don't see him being like the same way that at 145 he didn't defend for a long time. I think at 155, let's say by the crazy finesse he gets the title and the whole nine, I think he has maybe 2 defenses in him and then he's done. And then I think he walks away. He goes makes millions of dollars in other
Yeah, like some
sport
freaking
endeavors
Spanish
or whatever.
movies.
Yeah, I mean, so far he's doing pretty good. He's getting money elsewhere.
He's only 28.
Yeah, he's young.
Crazy.
Like, here's my thing. Like, the sport of fighting, for the most part, I find
Prime time, bro.
you're there for money, and this is your prime time. Like, I feel like the 28 to like 32-ish range is like where you have like your prime. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be old man Volk.
no,
You
you,
know?
and I get the only thing is though, like you
Shout
do
out
have the
Volk.
guys that are like competitive, and then I get why they stay there forever. Like they just love the game, they love the hustle. Like that, I totally understand. But if you're talking about prize fighting, you're just there for the money. Get your bread, get out. Take that money and invest it in other things, and go from there. You can still be around the sport, but like I don't know if you want to really.
Yeah, there's other ways to
Compete that
contribute
high.
in the sport, but like for example, once you're prime time, that's it. And then like it's tough because certain fighters don't know like all right when their run is up, like you don't want to be same thing like for example, we all love Mike Tyson, but it's tough to see him at that age fighting, whether it be with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like bro, like. No, it's too old because it gets to the point where it's like sad. No one wants to see an old man get knocked out,
For sure.
You know?
But that's what I'm saying. When you get
especially
these,
someone you love, like seeing all their fights growing up.
you get these guys that when they get up into like the 35 to 40 range, even though that's not old at all, you just see the wear and tear, bro.
Bro.
Like, they're not there at all.
It
Bro,
adds up.
it broke my heart when I saw Anderson
up.
Silva like career
Yeah.
crumble.
Yeah.
When I saw him starting to get knocked out and the leg injury.
After the
and,
leg injury, it was a
I'm
wrap,
like, oh
bro.
my god, no!
After the leg
This
injury,
wasn't
it was a
fast
wrap.
enough anymore.
Yeah,
It's
when that dodging shit wasn't.
Yeah, he was trying to dodge like this.
Yeah, just,
Like,
yeah.
yo, put your hands up. He's like, no, I'm good.
yeah.
It's rod, man.
Bro, it's like,
Right.
damn.
Well, going into another topic that we have right now is the evolution of the game and kind of the old guard of the famous people that we know in the UFC kind of going away. touching on UFC London and Leon Edwards losing to Sean Brady. We have this whole. It seems like a whole class of welterweights are now out
Edwards
the door.
got pieced up the
And
entire
we're
time,
getting
bro.
Yeah.
a new set coming in. Yeah, Leon Edwards got handled.
Yeah,
Sean
it's
Brady.
crazy. He
got steamrolled.
Brady did his thing, bro.
He really did.
Edwards, I was going for Edwards, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. You get these young guys that are now evolving. They're watching the older guys. You know how much tape there is on Leon Edwards. You know immediately the way to win. You see the way Bilal did it. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go there. You're gonna take him down, and you're just gonna dominate him. And he got the sub. He called it too.
yeah.
You want to talk about predictions? He's out here doing his thing.
Yeah, he definitely predicted
Sean
it,
Brady's
too.
a problem. Sean Brady is
is.
somebody who I think is a title holder in the future for sure.
No, right.
Especially with the guys who he has ahead of him. I think he has a good shot to
You think he
like.
can beat Bilal?
I think so. I think that one is going to be a better fight than the last time they fought. I will give you guys some homework if you haven't seen it before. Go back and watch the Bilal fight with Sean Brady. Bilal pieces him up. Bilal puts on the mitts on that boy. He pieces him up.
Boy, like Bilal.
You would not believe that it's Bilal doing that, but like, yo, he talks about
Bilal recently was just saying that he feels like he is the best, pretty much boxer within the welterweight.
He says he got Canelo hands.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about all that. But he got Canelo hands.
That sounds,
But
that
he-
sounds a little
yo,
too much.
But I'm not gonna lie. At least
Then
in
go
that-
fight Canelo then. You know? You feel me?
Don't do
Tell
that.
him that.
Please don't do
He
that.
will say to do it. He will say he will do it.
Leon.
But he pieces him up in that fight. So I think that the second fight, I think it'll be a closer fight. I think it'll be more so going towards a decision. But I think it's going to be a good scrap. Like both of them have great boxing. I think that Sean Brady might have a slight reach advantage. I got to look into that to see. I think they're around the same height and build. But I feel like I can see them both kind of canceling out the wrestling, and then they just have to scrap. And then it's going to be 4 or 5 rounds of just a war. I don't know if I see. I mean, Sean Brady, I would say, is better on the ground in terms of like jiu-jitsu. So I can see him possibly like getting him in a submission, like the same way he planned it out with Leon. Pressure, take him down, go from there. But then Bilal kind of fights the same way. I guess it's going to come down to seeing like who's better on their back foot, who can counter a little bit better to kind of get the upper hand maybe. But I don't know if I see that one ending up in a knockout. But for sure, I think that Bilal's got like 1, maybe 2 title defenses in him, and then he's also out the door with the Leon Edwards, the Kamaru Usmans, the Colby Covingtons, unfortunately the Gilbert Burns. These guys that we know that they were like these big names.
That's wild,
They're out
bro.
the door. I mean, you
Right
got to look
away,
at it
too.
in every weight division. You're seeing the same thing, bro. Look at like what is it?
Who's gonna be the next
185?
UFC star?
185.
Yeah,
You
right.
got Dricus Duplessis now. He's up there. Now you got Izzy getting knocked out by and TKO'd by these random dudes that you've never even barely heard of.
That's what I'm saying. I
Like,
don't know.
The big
So
names
it's
are
constantly
out the door.
changing. Hopefully, it's like they don't fall off and they kind of rise back up, fall down.
That's
I
tough,
mean,
man.
it's
kinda
kind of
like-
like it's about that time. I mean, what would you say in other sports? It's what every 3 to 4 years you kind of see a shifting of the guard. The big names aren't really the big names. I mean, you have anomalies like LeBron James and whatnot that have just kind of like held
those
out, but
count.
that doesn't really make sense. In most sports, you don't really have somebody that like can be at the top at that age comparatively to everybody else that's in the sport. But I feel like with like MMA for the most part, every like 3 to 4 years. That's when you kind of see like a shift, a change.
Yeah.
You got those couple of guys here and there that can kind of maintain and hold their way in like but that's a bigger one. I would say in like the heavier divisions, maybe it's a little easier, I guess.
So
I don't know.
from what I heard, in heavyweight, they don't hit their quote unquote peak until they're like 34, 35.
Yeah, because that power is the last thing to go.
Exactly. But now by the
That's
time you
that-
get there, now you have the mind for the game.
That's that old man strength.
That's-
It is
that,
exactly.
that dad strength.
You get that dash in for sure.
You feel me?
I mean, you don't really see those heavyweights doing like the crazy grappling and all the movement that you see like the 125, 35,
absolutely
45
not.
doing. So I
They
can
get
see,
tired out, pretty
Fast.
quick. That's why I remember, when Derek Lewis was fighting, he's like, "Yo, I don't want no more 5 rounds, just 3 rounds."
Yeah.
Because
I love a good 3-round fight.
Bro, I
if they
can't-
banging, like if they like going all in, you feel me?
I couldn't take like most 5-round fight night heavyweight fights. I don't think that anybody should have to sit through that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If it's like a pay-per-view one, you know that it's like the top 3 ranked guys, like a
Yeah.
Cyril Gane, John Jones, Tom Aspinall. I'll take that. But if it's a fight night and it's a main event and it's 5 rounds,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Same thing. Give them 3, and then if it's a really close call, option for 4.
But how many times does it actually go to 5?
For heavyweight,
For heavyweight?
Sometimes
not
it
as
does,
much.
and honestly, if it does, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's a very bad
It
fight.
wasn't real interesting.
You
fight,
watch
yeah.
2 very slow, out of shape men try their best.
really slow start.
Like, they tried their
You
best.
see that the meter just goes lower and lower.
Lower
every
and
round.
lower.
Breathe heavy, struggling.
The difference between round 1 and round 2 looks like round 1 and round 5 for some reason. It
it def does.
all the
They
energy
get
was
gassed out too
gone,
quick.
bro.
It depends on the fighters, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's like 3 dudes or 3 or 4 guys in heavyweight that I would say have like a decent gas tank. The rest of them after round 1.
Out of there.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
why
You see
Derek Lewis.
You can see it when you go on like DraftKings or FanDuel, whatever it is. You can go and you can see the odds. You see the odds immediately shift so much
Yeah,
right
real
after
quick.
round 1 because all the energy's gone. They can still listen. The power is still there. They can still get that crazy knockout out of nowhere, but for the most part,
Yeah, when Lewis was fighting that really tall dude,
Stefan Struve.
Stefan Struve, bro.
Yeah.
It looked like he was losing that fight, and then out of nowhere, he just
got him.
regained the strength, bro.
I forgot who it was that he was fighting, but that clip always goes around where you see him like holding his stomach, and the guy goes to go like finish him, and he just go like he's like faking it, and right when he gets close, he gets up, bang, like so good. Shout out
That's
Derek
cool.
Lewis.
That's not against the rules. Like to fake it.
I know. I think it's one of those things you gotta like be careful with the ref because I have seen that go wrong.
Yeah, like what if you were like faking like an eye gouge before the ref calls anything? Then bam.
Yeah, see, that's
an
different.
injury. You can just fake an injury.
You can't do
You
that.
feel me? Like
It all
you
depends
good,
if the
you good,
ref
I'm
stops
good.
it or not.
Bomb.
I feel like you lose a point for that.
Yeah,
You should.
lose a point, but you win the
Doing that little
knockout.
fake out shit.
Yeah.
Sneaky motherfucker.
If you get caught.
What's this over here? Bam, catch him with the right.
Oh, he's playing tricks, motherfucker. Fight fair.
Fight fair.
yeah.
Yo, another sad fight though was Kevin Holland, bro. I know he won, but
Yeah,
it didn't look like it.
I feel like he's looking better.
It
He's
looked
looking like he was holding on.
He didn't want
That's
to
all I
fight.
can say.
He was holding on. You
I
could
could just
definitely
say
say
he
that for
was
sure. He
holding
was
on.
holding on.
You don't think he was winning the whole fight?
No, I thought he was losing the whole fight.
Really?
'Cause
I
he was-
thought he had control
within the
entire
first-
time.
No, he didn't have
Definitely the first two. I was like,
control
nah.
at all. He was always under. He was
Yeah,
on-
but he was doing all the work.
Holding on.
He was trying.
It wasn't like
He was,
Gunnar was
he
doing
was,
shit
he
though.
was active on his back paws like a lot, but like
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day. You can't keep going with the pause. You
Yeah.
just-
Keep saying the pause. Yeah.
These are two grown men in underwear fighting each other. It's kind of hard.
I get
pause.
I get Melvin yelling out pause from behind the computer screens every other day when we're over here doing the podcast. Meanwhile, I do it for the 806 and they're talking about baseball, choking up the bat and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, hey, yo. Like, but
Pause.
I digress. I think that we should cool it. It is difficult,
I
bro.
feel like I have to say it.
Yeah, no, some of the things we be saying on this one, we were like, oh, bro, it's a little
Damn,
suspect.
on his back.
On his back. You would let another man get on top of you like that. I'm looking into it now. I want to see how much like they gotta like score or at least score it or
Real
like, show like
active
the
Gunnar
control
Nelson.
time.
But he really wasn't.
He got a
though.
knockdown. He has more. Kevin Holland had way more significant strikes. 55-15. Dear God.
Real?
Did you not see the first round how it ended?
Yeah, he got a great knockdown.
That's what pissed me off. 'Cause
Okay.
I thought the second round he's gonna come in with that energy, but he didn't.
What did I see? I saw him the control, the
I-
takedown.
That's what I was trying to see if I can find the control time, but they're not showing it here. But I will say
I
for
saw
the
it
most
today.
part, he was on
was
like
it?
his back. Pause. If that makes you feel better.
Nice.
He was on his back, but I would say he was still like you were saying. He was doing a lot of good work. He was throwing up submissions. He was trying. He was
Yes.
fighting. He was getting out of the
Kicking up.
Even
Yeah.
when he was being held up, like we were talking about it
Yeah.
before. When he's being held up, when Gunnar Nelson had him up like this,
Yeah.
and he was just holding onto his arm, he was chirping at him. He was chilling.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
he's
fine.
always chirping. Holland, like I've always been a fan of Holland, but I'm just saying
He's another
that
one
that
that-
fight just didn't seem like it was like.
I don't know.
I know. I thought
I
just
expected
because I was looking, but I was doing something else, and I was looking. And every time I looked, it didn't feel like he was winning.
Yeah.
So that's the one. Well, I had to leave after that fight, but that's the one I watched all the entire thing, and then the entire fight looked like he had control. He was the aggressor, but also look, he didn't respect Gunnar at all.
No.
Like
I
he didn't come
thought-
with the energy he needed to actually like finish this fight.
So Gunnar didn't have. I thought Gunnar had a good fight.
He had a good fight.
I'd say
Wasn't
for
it
2
good
years
enough?
2 years off, like shaking
Which is
off the
crazy.
ring rust, I would say he had a pretty good fight. But like I would agree with you. I would say that Kevin Holland kind of had that one for the most. I saw it as Kevin Holland winning the whole fight. There were obviously some situations like Gunnar Nelson got him in a submission. I think it was like an armbar or something like that. Like he got him
he
in
got
a
out.
couple
He
of
got
like
out, yeah.
compromising situations, but he managed to finesse his way out.
Yeah, I get you on that.
Oh yeah, it was a head and arm choke, I believe that he got him in. Like he got out of that. Like he was able to finesse his way out. So
Yo,
Definitely like saw the fight, and then like when they were about to do the decision, I left assuming just assuming
Yeah.
Gunner won.
they're gonna win.
You know what it is? I think it's a bias of like, because we talk about it all the time. I think we're so used to Kevin Holland win lose that we forgot, was the last one a win or was it a loss? Because this one's gonna be the opposite of the last one.
But it's not only that. Sometimes it's just like I don't know. I feel like I can assume what the judges are gonna do for you.
And he got performance of the night.
Judges sometimes be off.
I saw most of the fight. I definitely thought he was like
Wait, who got performance of the night?
He got performance of the
For
night
that fight?
For that fight, yeah.
Nah,
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland performance of the night.
nah. I wouldn't give him that. They had no one else.
Brady probably, but
Yeah, Brady, if anything, because Brady fucking.
yeah, he
Brady
was in
got
control.
performance of the night.
Okay.
Kevin Holland got performance of the night. Alexia
they give more than
Tayanara
one?
also
Yeah,
got
I'm
performance of the
like,
night.
yeah.
How's it
By the
for-
way,
It's not even a special performance.
It's not
then.
performance of the night.
Yeah.
You performed tonight.
Yeah.
But it's the performance of the night.
yeah, no, there's a lot. Can we discuss real quick the Alexia versus Molly McCann fight? Did you guys watch that one in its entirety?
I did.
Can we discuss real quick? You should not be allowed to have a 20-minute intro into the UFC octagon on your debut. Ever. That was the fact that she would basically walk towards the door, turn around, walk back, do a dance, go to the door, stop, turn around, come back, do a dance. She did it like 3 times. I was getting annoyed at the TV. I was like, you need to get in the cage. And then her and her coach started like, they cupped each other's hands and started breathing into the hands. And then he screamed at her. 20 minutes.
What the heck was that?
20 minutes.
What the
What's
heck was
funny
that?
because when they did the face-off, it's Molly, right?
Yeah.
Molly was like, your breath smells.
Yeah.
And so the entire time she's like, more air in her face. She's like, dude, what the fuck? She kept backing up more and more.
Damn.
So
That's a scare
and she-
tactic.
And
Should've
she
got
mentioned that shit at the end of the
Halitosis.
fight, at the fucking after fight
The
in the
post-fight,
interview,
yeah.
post-fight interview. She mentioned like her breath smells and all that shit. Like it's part of her thing. Like what the fuck is going on here?
I guess that's one way to try to make someone give
That's
up.
on some voodoo shit.
I don't like that, bro. I don't
Yeah.
like
Little
that.
Brazilian girl just screaming and
Yeah,
being weird.
I don't trust
Some weird
Yo,
stuff.
what y'all think about the call with
She retired Molly though.
was she gonna retire
Well, yeah.
already, or is that because of the fight?
I think this one was one where she was like, if I lose this one, because here's the whole story behind it. The girl took the fight on a very short notice. Molly was supposed to have another opponent. Molly's been on kind of like a downturn in the last couple of fights. She came in with Patty the Batting, was supposed to be this like breakout UK female star, and the crowd loved her. But the
love that
performances, she had a couple of great moments, like a spinning elbow back, like a spinning back elbow knockout, and like another time she did this kind of a similar move. She got a crazy submission, but then she took a lot of losses. With this one was like, I think her 3rd or 4th loss in a row with a girl that's debuting on a few days' notice. Bro, if you lose that, you shouldn't be here. And that's how she felt. So I think for her, she was already kind of like, maybe I think I'm going to let this go. And then this was you don't. You got to go.
How old
Like,
is she?
She's
she's gotta be, like,
34,
young.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you never ask a woman how old they are.
I would.
I know. That's why I asked y'all.
I said a woman, not a girl.
You're right.
You definitely ask a girl. You
What
never
was her
ask a
name again?
woman.
That's why I asked
Molly
y'all.
what?
That's why I asked y'all.
What was her name again?
Molly McCann.
McCann.
Look like Molly McCouldn't.
She's 34. She's 34. Okay, so she's kind of like out of the prime
34.
in terms of like,
It's
you know,
like-
most fighters.
Why? I don't know.
Okay. 1990. There we go.
Go harder.
She got like $1 million deal with Barstool Sports when she first got there. Drake got her and Patty Pimblett Rolexes. It was a whole
Yeah, I
thing.
would've
Like,
been chilling
bro,
after
I'm
that.
telling you, like she was like, and then just immediately just downfall. Like
Cash out, cash out. No.
Yeah, right.
that's how it feels with her, bro. It was bad, but yeah, well, she's gone. I guess.
Yeah,
And she got to fight out. It's not home because she's from Liverpool, but still London. All that.
In the neighborhood.
It's like you got to finish at home, which is like if I'm gonna lose in front of my fans, buddy, I'm done.
So I ain't built for
If,
this.
if you gonna choke me out in Salem High, I'm out. Sorry, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, you got to be done with that one.
It's like I'm
You got to
done.
be done, or you have to have one more.
Yeah, one more versus you again. I'm gonna whip your ass.
If there's no rematch, I'm done.
This time outside.
Meet you outside.
Call your own fouls.
Bare knuckle. You guys watch the Jan Blachowicz Carlos Holberg fight? That one has been the one that's been talked about a lot as the most boring fight. In a long
Bro,
time.
Kicks.
Calf kick, calf
Oh,
kick, calf
snap.
Oh.
Party foul.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Yo, deduct the point.
We're gonna keep going. But we gotta get now because you gotta clean that up. But we're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
watch,
you keep going. I'm gonna be here.
we're gonna watch you do this. Hell yeah.
It's like, yo, watch this.
Save the card, Justin. Save the card.
The card is good. The card is good.
Now we're fine.
Wait, what card is this? Hold on. Let me see who am I saving first. Ty
needs some saving. Ty needs some saving.
That boy, the Pacific Ocean needed.
We want to talk about heavyweights that have been on a downfall. Tai Tuivasa needs to get it together.
Bro, I was this close from drinking out of my shoe every time.
Bro, he was selling.
He was
the
changing
merch.
the game. He was changing the game.
This is what it's similar to Molly. Somebody who comes in and you're like, bro, this is a fan favorite. Everybody's cheering. You see people taking the shoey. He's yelling at fans to just toss the shoe.
Fans would toss his shoes. That's crazy.
But
It's a Australian.
Talk about a foot fetish, right?
bro, I just didn't like that it wasn't like, here, I get it if it was like, yo, give me a fresh shoe out of my bag and toss it to me. But he'd be like, you in the crowd in the back that I know you've been here for 8 hours sweating.
Anyone here got athlete's foot?
Give me that shoe.
You don't understand? They do that shit in actual rugby games. If he scored like what equivalent to like a triple double,
Yeah.
they take a teammate shoe.
Like a
who's been
hat trick.
playing for like a hat trick, playing a whole game, a whole match, and they take that person's shoe. That shoe is disgusting.
That's the only
What
reason
what
I
he's
don't play
doing is
rugby.
like, that's okay.
You're gonna get a staph infection on the inside. I don't know how that works, bro, but like
That's a lot of bacteria.
I'm no doctor,
There's a lot of
but
bacteria.
I'm no doctor, but don't do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine like you over here give me a like do they get the shoe back?
But you know, on Ty's defense,
yeah,
though,
you gotta toss it back.
You gotta wear that shoe.
No, you don't put on the wet shoe.
You gotta put on the
You
wet
walk
shoe.
out shoe like it's
not put on
like
wet shoe.
Johnny Walker. That one time he left the Vegas arena and he was just outside in his whole fight gear in the Vegas Strip. You walk out there barefoot, no shoe. You are not putting the wet beer shoe back on.
Nah.
That's worse. I
No
think, than-
boots. Nah, you gotta throw that shoe over like some, you know.
No, you keep it. You tie to a Ivasa drink out of your shoe. You gotta hold on to that.
Yeah. If he gives it back, if you throw your shoe,
Well, that's what I was just saying. Do you think he gives it back? Does
Nah.
he toss it back into the crowd?
nah, how's he gonna find that person?
No, give it back.
Yeah, you walk
There's a
out.
lot of
Man, Roof, you throw it in the fucking crowd like, yo, I needed
What
that.
you gonna do with that?
Somebody else takes the shoe. You think it starts a fight every time he does it? That'd be really funny.
But no, in Ty's defense though, he's had like some tough opponents, but still, bro, it's like we're expecting a lot from him.
He couldn't get past that wall.
No.
I think it was after.
Cyril gone.
No, it wasn't Cyril.
Cyril Gane was a good
Cyril
fight.
Gane was his downfall.
That was when he remember he got a title shot. He got to fight
yeah.
Cyril Gane.
Yeah, Cyril
he
Gane.
got beat the fuck up.
yeah,
And then
he
from
got beat
there-
up quick, bro.
Yeah,
Who-
and then from there I would say he had a bit of a
I thought
downfall.
he fought what's his Russian dude's name? Popovich.
Pavlovich also
Wasn't
knocked
that
out.
before
Popovich?
Cyril Gane?
That's the name?
No.
No, that's after.
That was right after
after.
Is
Cyril
that a
Gane?
real name?
Yeah.
Pavlovich,
Popovich?
Sergey, right?
What'd you say?
Like who a bitch?
I was like, what's going on?
Pavlovich.
Oh my god, the amount of
Pavlovich.
L's I just saw when I opened this.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
It's literally he got like 5 in a
It is
row. I think.
Pavlovich. There's a Volkov.
Wait.
Yeah.
Christ.
When did it start? When did it start? Because he
Rosamund struck, whatever.
I'm telling you, right here, yeah, Cyril Gane. He got KO TKO'd by Cyril Gane, then Sergey Pavlovich, and then he
okay.
lost to Volkov, and then he lost to Marcin Tybura, and then he lost to Jairzinho Rosenstruck. He's still on the roster? How?
It definitely started with Cyril Gane.
Derek Lewis, he was on the rise right here.
he was.
That's what this is him getting a title shot was up to Cyril Gane. It was either a title shot or a number one contender fight that
And
they
he
were
just fall
having.
off.
Yeah.
That
because
first,
if he beat Cyril Gane at that time,
Yeah.
after that fight, that's when Cyril Gane fought John Jones, right?
Oh yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure it
what's-
was around that time.
Yep, that's exactly when.
He had a
And what's crazy is I became a fan of Ty when he fought Stefan Struve, whatever his name is.
Stefan
Stefan
Struve.
Struve.
That's
That's
the
the guy, the really
yeah.
tough
When he
dude, yep.
first, basically his
losses
first fucking
before
win,
that,
and he
too.
got a
Yeah,
great
but like
winning streak.
but like look at all the wins beforehand.
Yeah. Under
He was
Arlovsky.
doing great.
If you beat Arlovsky, you're in.
Like
And
he's
that was like
nice,
you're
bro.
in the-
He's nice, but lately,
No.
sheesh, it's been tough,
How do you
bro.
feel about like UFC
My
fighters?
Samoan
like,
brother, goddamn.
Yeah, right. It's been tough,
what's
bro.
it- oh, you probably closed it. But like,
Shout out
what?
Bam Bam.
Like, even if you're taking losses like that to continue fighting, I don't know. It's like
I mean, he's 15-8 right now. I would say you keep. I like that his fighting style is striker / street fighting. What is street fighting? It's like Bobby Green, no longer King Green. I'm sorry. After the last performance,
he's
it's Bobby
Roberto Green.
He's Roberto Green.
Yeah.
After Patty got him, bro.
Yeah, he's Roberto.
That fucking
He's
choke
Roberto
out.
Green. Not even that. He fought Rufy last one. He got spinning
And
head kicked. Yeah, no,
I
my
won too,
God.
bro.
Roberto Green over
Was
here.
it that within the first round? Was
He-
it the first round or the second round?
I think it was first, bro. That was another one that was real bad.
Yeah.
Bobby got him, bro. Bobby needs to.
But Bobby had a few W's way before that, though.
He also fought Islam.
Bobby Green?
Yeah, he fought Islam. We can't forget that. He did fight Islam.
Forget it.
I did forget it.
We can't forget it. I forgot.
When do you think he's gonna fight next? Do you think he's done?
Nah, he's still going.
He's probably gonna come
only
up
32.
with
He's
a
one
new
of those.
nickname.
He's one of those.
What's his nickname? What's his
Bam Bam.
17 is crazy.
What's Bobby Green's UFC
Bobby
nickname?
King.
No. What's his nickname now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets one. I think it's been.
He's just nameless. Like, he just doesn't have a nickname ever again.
That's
He has to
even
beat
worse,
the next
bro.
person to get their nickname.
Yeah. You can't even have a nickname
No
now.
nickname for you, buddy. You lost it.
sorry.
Yeah,
You just
lost opportunity.
first
Coming out to the stage is
Bobby.
Roberto.
like just Bobby only. There's no
Bobby.
more green.
no, just Bob.
Yeah.
Just Bob.
Bob.
All right,
Come on
Bob.
out, Bob.
Go out there, be somebody.
Unlock character.
He's looking like a fucking Street Fighter. What's it called? He looking like a fucking nigga from Tekken.
Paul.
Paul, what the
Or
fuck?
King from Tekken. But there's a
Jaguar?
king in Tekken.
Jaguar. Yeah, he's Mexican.
Wait, Jaguar?
He's Jaguar. Yeah,
Well, the king was like was he a jaguar? I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mexican.
I thought he was a leopard.
Was that a mask that he
It's
was wearing?
leopard.
Definitely a Jaguar.
Was he?
Yes, it's
He was wearing a mask.
It was a
right?
mask in the beginning, and then somehow he just became a Jaguar man. With
Fighting
weird.
games that have a story make no sense to me.
Also, there's two of them.
Like Street Fighter, what is the story of Street Fighter there?
Fight in
is
the
a-
streets.
This is a Nerd
That's
Gods
it.
episode that needs to
Literally
happen.
fight in the streets.
It's too much, bro. Too much. But yeah, no.
Mortal Kombat though, best Street Fighting.
Love it.
Best fighting game.
Love it.
What's a better fighting game than Mortal Kombat?
That's
I'd
not
have to-
sports related.
I'd
It
have-
has to be street. It has to be
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, I'd have to say.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you put Tekken above Street Fighter?
No, I grew up on Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo was my
Yeah,
brother's like
I grew-
favorite
I grew up
game,
on
and
both
I had
of
to,
them.
like,
I grew up on
Ken and
Tekken.
Ryu, but
We had Tekken.
I
Soul
would-
Calibur.
I
too.
We just didn't have Street Fighter.
No, but I played that shit at
don't
people's
tell me you had an
houses.
Xbox.
No, we had the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I had Gamecast.
Yeah, you got a game
Yeah, I had Dreamcast too.
Gamecast, what is that?
Bro,
Malibu.
random as hell, but my wife showed me a picture. Someone just bought the Nintendo PlayStation, the last one that's
Oh,
in the world.
snap.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm thinking like,
There's
dude,
a Nintendo PlayStation. I'm finding out right now.
my mind went straight to Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
the
seen
fuck?
that today. They
But-
collabed.
So
They
what
really
happened was,
collabed?
no. So
I
before
had no idea
PlayStation
about
came
this
out,
shit. Yeah.
they went to Nintendo like, yo, we want to start getting the
Yeah,
games. So let's don't try to make a gaming shit. So they made a system. They made like 300. He's like, all right, this is probably paying too much to Nintendo. Sony wants it out to him, to themselves.
Yeah.
They saw what you did can do to it. Like, oh, perfect. Let me take that shit. And 2 years later, I made my own PlayStation. And then they went up from there. So the fact that there's only
It
one
worked,
left
though.
in the world and someone bought it for like $3 million.
I heard.
$3 million?
I heard like
A little less than that,
Nintendo
but yeah.
finessed them
Crazy.
on a
Even
deal.
if it's over a
That's
mil,
probably
it's
what it was.
crazy.
But- And then they're like, no.
It was
not
like
doing
the-
that.
I need a documentary on
They
this.
did a
Yeah,
deal together
like-
to like
Because
one
Sony owns a lot.
like one
everything,
made the
not only,
console,
like,
one
the
did like the disc
PlayStation.
part
Wow.
of it or something like that. And then like
Because that's when the CDs was what Sony was.
Nintendo
what
just
had.
like kind of cut them out the whole deal, made their own shit.
Young viewers don't know what a
And
CD
Sony's like,
is.
all right, let's get it. My
And
own
then
shit over
Sony's
there.
like, oh, you think I can't make my own console, motherfucker? And
Yeah,
it took
right.
over the whole fucking industry.
And you like, oh, you told me exactly how to make it, buddy. You
While
fucked up.
we're on this subject, before we go back to the MMA talk, again, you know we love our tangents here. I need to use this platform for positivity and outreach.
Yes.
To whomever can find me a
so?
Rock Band set, please DM me. This is something I've been trying to find for a long time,
Oh, bro.
and I can't find it
Shout out Rock Band.
anywhere.
You know that the
Shout out
first
Emmy.
time, yes, shout out Emmy, because
Shout out
the first time I drank Hennessy was playing Rock Band.
Yes, me
Sheesh.
too. Hennessy Black, actually.
You fucking slammed that guitar, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
Yo,
I killed that set.
I started singing that shit from Tenacious D.
The metal.
That shit was great, bro.
Shout out to Jack Black.
people don't realize like how fun that is.
Dude, I went to Bit Bar. Shout out Bit Bar the other day, and they had Guitar Hero there, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Yo, we need the whole setup. We need the whole thing."
Yo, if you have Rock
Like,
Band,
Juan, you want to play another
with a
game?
bo-
No. Just come back in an hour.
$45 in tokens. In the
Come back in an hour.
Just like a bottle of Hennessy and some Rock Band with a group of people, you're gonna have a good time.
Yo, I always shout it out, but y'all seen that South Park episode when they were playing Rock Band?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh,
What
hilarious.
did they say in the end when he won?
He said, "You are gay." That was South Park, but hilarious.
That was South Park, not me. Quoted. Don't clip that.
Make sure it
Post
says
it.
South Park on the bottom. It says that.
Bro, I've been going through like South Park from the beginning. I've been trying to.
South Park is the realest, bro. I love it.
I've been trying to like start it from
Yeah,
the beginning.
From the beginning,
It's
bro?
one of, you know when you like, okay,
1999?
let me put a background show on.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah, officers.
That's
yeah.
like 45 series. This is series.
Yeah.
I love it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
That's how I saw
Season 3 right
American
now.
Dad.
Yeah,
Okay.
another funny one, bro.
Used to be in the background at work on lunch. I'm like, so eventually I started off.
Hilarious, bro.
So
Stan
what's
is the
next
man,
for
bro.
Sean Brady, though?
Yeah. Sean Brady.
Sean
I believe Sean Brady deserves, after that performance, a title shot.
Yeah.
Wait, who's on the next cover, since we were talking about games, of UFC?
Unfortunately, I think they're going to give it to Alex Pereira, even with the title loss.
Let's talk about that loss, though, real quick. What y'all think?
He got finessed. I think he truly lost. Personally, I know that a lot of people are on the wave of to be the champion, you got to beat the champion. But if the champion
was
can't
close.
find himself out of the way of being clinched up against the fence,
He was clinched up.
does
yeah.
he
And
does he
got
get the right to be
rocked,
the
and
champion? You know,
I think it was a fair call, but it was a really close call.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Which is, so you're saying that fight was
Yeah.
either or?
It was close.
It was
a lot
close.
of people have been debating the rounds as to who gets what round, like 1-3-5 or 2-3-4 or whatever it might be. But I would say like I watched it, had to give it a watch back to just kind of like see it, and I still give it to Ankalaev. I'm a big fan when it comes to like, listen, I know it's not the most entertaining, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but if you're able to hold your opponent in place for a set period of time, you get points, in my opinion. I'm sorry. It is-
But
it is
that's
what it
when
is.
the
It's-
ref comes in.
So
man.
that's a conversation I was having earlier, okay? I believe the refs need to get more involved when it comes to the
If
sport.
it's too much hold time with nothing going on, if you're holding
Exactly.
somebody,
Yeah.
and then like you know,
Don't
if
give
you're
him too
literally
much power, though.
yeah, if you're holding someone down and they can't make any moves, but you're still holding down and then making attempts, fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have the clinch fighters that you'll see throwing a knee, an elbow, short punches. They're trying to like get to a single
Shots
leg.
on
They're like moving, but like there's nothing else. Like even the Khabibs, for example, that's chain wrestling. They're trying to get you down one way. They can't go that way. They're gonna go another way. They can't go that way. They're gonna move to the other one. But they're moving.
Just like when
consistently.
Islam fought Volk,
Didn't let that man breathe. He just kept going.
he held him down, yes, but Volk was like, if you look at that fight, both of them at the end of the fight, who would you rather be? I'd rather be Volk. Volk looked like he was ready to go chill and party that night. Islam had to get walked out that night. He held him down longer, yes, but Volk was there being held down like, yo, ref, like, come on, like, stand us up.
From what I thought it was, if it's a 50-50 fight or in the championship, the champion wins.
Normally, yeah.
Because
Normally,
you
if
have to
it's-
prove to me that you beat me.
Exactly.
I hear he had a broken hand.
That's
too.
why, in regards
And
to
a
that,
foot,
in
too.
regards to that rule,
Pereira.
if they gave it to Pereira, I would have been fine with it. But you know, if you know
And he had
Vegas
the-
would have made
he
more
had the-
money, or I guess whoever on those parlays,
the
you feel
norovirus.
me?
Shout out to Alex though. I'm looking over right now. 12 attempts by Ankalaev to take him down, and he didn't get a single one.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Come on.
That's impressive.
That's
but
impressive.
he did knock him up
That's
against
cool.
the octagon
That's
a couple
very
times,
impressive.
bro. So, in regards to that, I would still give it to Ankalaev, but it was a close call.
No, well, who do you think takes it in the rematch?
If they do a rematch,
Pereira, yeah.
I feel like Pereira's gonna, he'll
Actually
he'll
training
study
time.
exactly. He'll study and be like, nah.
I feel like if
Chama.
the injury excuses are true, like he had the norovirus and the broken hand.
Wait, what virus he had?
Norovirus.
Whose virus? What virus is this?
That's Nora. Her virus.
Miss
Nora?
Who's Nora? He
Miss
stayed
Nora.
with Nora. I didn't know about a Nora virus.
It's Brazilian.
It's a Brazilian stomach bug.
So it's just Brazilian food he ate.
Yeah, I think so.
Chama.
Something like that,
Yeah, that's
Some chama, yeah. No, but like, if those injuries are true, then I think he will do a lot better on
we
the
need a
second one.
doctor's note, bro.
Yeah, I need a doctor's note for sure.
Yeah, for real.
These little excuses you be seeing after the fact
hate
on
that shit.
social media.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe.
But would you rather him say
He didn't
before the fight and then be like, all right, can't fight now?
But
No, I wouldn't say can't fight.
Because they would have stopped it. If you said, oh, I have a broken
yeah,
hand.
true. I respect that.
Yeah,
I feel like it was not him making the excuse.
his coaches.
'Cause, yeah, it's usually the coach.
Somebody else is speaking for him.
It's probably the camp. It's like when the managers take over the Twitter accounts and start chirping on behalf of the fighter. You never know who's actually talking.
I hate that shit.
It's super
facts.
annoying. Shout out Ali.
There's a lot of fighters that will use their excuse.
Yo,
It
y'all
looks
heard
weak as hell.
You heard about that new president that might be out there?
Oh my God.
You know about that new president?
That Proper 12 president?
There might be a new
Oh, you're
president.
talking about
There might be. Oh, now he knows. You heard about that new president?
Conor McGregor?
Ireland.
President of what?
Man,
He just wants to dismiss himself on certain charges.
bro,
Like, I'm
he
president
is
now.
That's someone like straight up. Like,
Conor McGregor.
if anybody's wondering if he does cocaine, this is another sign that he's definitely doing cocaine.
Well-
because like first thing was of course the party and the grabbing of the hair of random stranger bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's
does
one
that.
thing.
Unless you like that, I don't know.
Still.
While his wife is right there.
Still.
Hey, unless his wife like that too.
Yeah, true.
Still.
But
Relax, Connor.
he looked like he looked like he got in trouble there.
He definitely.
It was that, and then starting a record label with Exhibit and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, you have to be
Wild.
lived to make that decision.
Yeah, he's definitely
Wild.
on cocaine.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
If that's not enough to make you think he's on cocaine, he runs for president of Ireland.
But also, he's also been at all the
bleeds for
Trump
his country.
rallies and shit with Trump too. So
Yeah.
he been in the inside with them.
You know what it is?
So
if
he
he could
sees
do
that
it-
guy making it. I
He
can do
sees
it.
Yo, if he can do it, he just did it with some money. I can do it.
I got money.
Yeah, right.
But then again,
He's got money and clout.
Yeah, right. He could. Yeah, fucking Conor McGregor. But it's crazy. It's just like he just got in trouble for some sex crimes, and it's like, yo, bro, you do not qualify.
what's the only?
You do not qualify right now.
That's part of like the resume. You can't have it.
You should probably try to clear that up first.
He
You
doesn't
should
live
probably
in Ireland right now. He lives on a fucking yacht
Yeah.
around the world, wherever he wants to
It's
go.
crazy. It's like, bro,
Well, there's no
you-
rules if you live on a yacht. You feel me?
Exactly.
I think he's what he was like. He was
Fucking
doing
pirate.
what's it called when you're like you
I
lose,
just hear
you
him saying
fight
that
back.
shit all the time.
Appeal. He was trying to appeal the
Ireland.
My thing with that case, listen, you also got.
Ireland.
I think it was what was it like round one of
Yeah.
Trump's presidency? There was a whole scandal with him and a porn star. So honestly, I
oh,
think
yeah.
Connor.
It was,
I think he can do it.
Yeah, and I
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just pass him a Guinness and some.
If it
Proper
could
12,
happen
you know?
here, I think it could happen there, bro. I think he has a solid chance of doing whatever that is.
Ireland
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Illuminati's trying to take him out already. I seen something. I seen
IRA?
Yeah.
What?
As soon as he
What is
like,
on
got
your
him.
feed that you're seeing right now?
I seen him like as soon as I seen the news that he was trying to run for president. I seen later on, like maybe a couple days later, that he was getting like charged with something. I forget what it
Not
was.
another charge.
Yeah, like some I forget exactly. I gotta look back into it, but they was trying to get him on some bullshit.
I think
Like, oh,
the-
this is
I
convenient.
think the only fighter that's actually ran either for mayor, I don't know, for presidency. I'm thinking about like Pacquiao.
Yep, he got that.
Pacquiao did
Pacquiao.
it, and he held it down.
He's still doing it.
Kane
Arnold
from-
Schwarzenegger, he was a mayor, but he didn't fight nobody. He was just in
Kane
movies.
from WWE.
What's his name?
Who?
Why am I-
Kane, he's
Why
am I blanking?
Well,
was he a mayor right
He's
now?
a mayor. He's a mayor running for governor.
Yeah, running for governor.
I thought
what's his
Kane was
name?
about
Rich
Blink like
Franklin?
that.
Hawaiian fighter, not Max Holloway. Why am I blanking on his name?
Hawaiian
Multiple
fighter?
multiple
BJ
time
Penn?
champion. BJ Penn also ran.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
BJ
thought
Penn.
BJ Penn was schizophrenic.
Well, you know, a lot of people can run for office.
Hey man,
He was after. He was after. That's what it is.
one of the motherfuckers ran.
That's neither
They're
here.
like his family, like nah.
Let's not get too deep into that.
It's neither
But shout out
here.
to
Like
Kane
Marvel
Velasquez.
for his buddy
It
or something.
happens to anybody in politics.
Yeah. Yeah,
Get
true.
schizo.
Yeah, get less schizo. I don't know, and fighting.
Yeah, some of those videos are crazy right now. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that pop up in your feeds, but somebody needs to check in on BJ Penn. He's
He has more videos out right now.
he's losing it, bro.
I haven't seen
Something
this
that happened
man
was
forever.
his mom. That's all I'm gonna say. You check in on that video.
I guess,
and
I guess
I
his
don't wanna
family
do
robbed
it.
let
him.
us know in the comments.
I think that's what I
don't
took
wanna
from
do it.
what the fuck was going on. I was like, did his family just rob him? Is that what he's trying to say?
Like that happens a lot, honestly.
Maybe. I feel like it's a lot of allegedlys right now.
So ain't nobody rob you.
Some
ass,
about
you crazy
fraud
motherfucker.
and stealing identities.
It's one of those like when someone gets schizo and they think someone robbed them and they're just
but-
overly paranoid in the.
How easy is it to rob somebody?
Ain't
like
nobody
that?
rob your
mom
broke ass.
Just say your mom can just put your name on a house. You robbed me for that house.
yeah.
Robbed me for the house.
Right.
I can see it happening though.
He don't seem like he got his
I feel like I can see.
financials in order.
So do we think Connor
Punch
running
drunk?
for president, it just gets worse from here?
Connor running from
I don't see it
president.
getting
Yes.
better.
He's definitely not fighting anymore, by the way. I
Okay,
know we
so
haven't brought that up,
never
but he's
again.
definitely not fighting anymore.
Gonna level
So
up.
him
Well, he
running for
said
president.
that he would. He said he would love to hear him being announced, like as a president fighting.
While he was saying that,
he's definitely not fighting.
he looks like
Patty's going to be his vice president.
he looks like a light heavyweight right now. Which is
He does. He's a
That
big
boy has a
dude right
fat head right now.
Yeah, he got a fat head right now. Looks like he's on steroids.
He's a
legit.
smooth
He's on
170.
steroids and cocaine.
Like a bobblehead.
He looked like he's drinking a lot. And I don't
is
know.
red.
Him running for president is about to make him a target. And they're about to tarnish the fuck out of his name way more than they already had him trying to run. Especially, like Trump was always known as like,
Wow, boy.
yeah. But like, of course, him trying to be president is like, nah, we gotta fucking ruin this guy now.
I know that the like a subject that a lot of other like podcasts have been talking about have been like UFC having a star problem. That's why Conor McGregor, everybody's still talking about him, trying to get this money fight with him, and I think it's pointless at this point. I feel like he's done. Put him out to pasture. For me, that name is done. It's still talked
been too
about, but
long.
especially with what he's doing now, like. Let him run for president all he wants. I don't want to hear him in regards to booking a fight with anybody. I don't need anybody asking for a fight with him. I think Michael Chandler's embarrassed himself enough trying to ask for a fight
You
with
hear
that
what
one.
he said?
Plus, he's
like,
36.
If he wins this fight, he's gonna call out Conor again.
Bro, this
Why?
man is disappointing.
That's what
me,
Michael
bro.
Chandler's saying.
How old's Michael
out of
Chandler?
everybody, why would you call him out again?
He's like, if I win this one, because he wants the money. I still don't even if it.
Michael Chandler's what?
I don't think a Conor fight makes as much money as they think.
38? The fuck out of here.
He's-
Conor
that's
fight
what
would
I'm
still fill
saying.
seats.
38
He'll
or
still,
36?
he'll still get money. Like,
Yeah,
But
because
he's
his
probably
name.
going to want to do it in Ireland now.
yeah.
Like, well, what is he going to change if he's president? Like, what's his first rule? What do you think?
I see them dropping tweets of like things he wants to change. Is like,
Cocaine is legal in Ireland.
yeah.
No. I'm like, well, what's one of his rules you think he will change for Ireland?
Man, I don't even know if he
We should just all study like Ireland's politics super heavy and come back.
Let's
next
just come
week.
back next week and just be like, hey, Carter's looking like a great candidate.
Based on the history, it can only go up from here.
Who's the president right now?
Yep. All right.
Yeah, Carter, that's who.
Carter.
He been president, but he
Good president.
just wants to make it official.
That's too.
Just like right now, we don't know, but Bad Bunny's the president of Puerto
Man,
Rico.
it's Michael D. Higgins. Come on,
Puerto Rico's
guys.
part of the U.S., but Bad Bunny's the president of Puerto Rico.
That's
bro.
so true.
Yeah, y'all know about Michael D. Higgins? The
I don't
president
know
of
nothing
Ireland?
about no Michael D. Higgins.
Michael
That
D.
man like
Higgins
100.
he's ran 3 terms. He's on
That
the
nigga 100 years old.
He's on the verge.
That's
of,
Bernie Sanders.
Basically.
That's Bernie Sanders.
With an accent.
I don't know. I'm tuning in for the press conferences. We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
But yeah,
He can look. Conor can beat him up in a fight, though.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I was gonna say I just think Connor's done, especially like what the conversation we were having earlier. 155 is moving on. I think
I
if
don't
he-
see him in the
If he
octagon
comes
anymore.
back, it'll be for some sort of weird Legends fight with some other older guy at that time. Especially if he's gonna go on this presidential run. I don't know anything about Ireland's politics, nor will I want to ask questions and figure it out. I don't know when term limits are,
Him
when
and
he's gonna
Khabib
have to
again.
run. But do we really see someone running for office and also in a 6-month fight camp to try to come back?
No.
So he's done.
and he just dropped
End of story with Conor
some new
McGregor.
cigars.
That one. Yeah, I feel like
Let's talk
As
about
long
these
as he stops
predictions.
acting.
What's next?
boys tired of that one. Honestly, when it comes to the predictions, it's a little weird because like we're in a kind of a mid zone. We have a little bit of a break before we get to UFC 314. We will have an episode out for that one, but right now we got a couple of fight nights in between. When we're recording this, we do have a fight night in Mexico that's on this Saturday, but this will come out next week, so that fight night will already happen. Let's do some random predictions for that one. I'm gonna throw out some names.
Wait,
You guys let me
I
know.
just want to say, is it still the Gulf of Mexico?
Nah, according it depends if you go on Apple or Google Maps. Technically, no.
It depends what
Technically,
part of the
no.
world you look
It
at.
depends if it's like Google
makes
Spanish
sense,
or
'cause
if not
it's-
Google Spanish.
It depends on what app you're
It
using.
is America.
But
I use WhatsApp.
let's be fortune tellers here because this is gonna happen. This episode's gonna come out already, so who knows? We might be wrong. We might be wrong. I think we're all
RG
gonna
the
be
Oracle,
wrong.
let's get it.
Brandon Moreno versus Steve Ursa.
Brandon Moreno, let's get it.
Brandon Moreno, we
Yeah,
think
yeah,
won.
I'm-
We think
yeah,
we
yeah.
won that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I got Steve Ursay.
Yeah.
Again, this
I got
is
Steve
gonna
in.
come out
All
after
right,
this
all
fight
right.
night. So if
What,
you guys are listening to this, just Google
Steve
it. It'll
Ursa.
tell you
I'll
when
take a
it
shot for that. Yeah, let me know.
Ursay, Steve Carell.
Brandon Moreno.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Carell.
All right, just making sure.
Oh, this is not a bad card though. We got Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer, I hope knocks out Kelvin Gastelum. Not in the sense of I don't like Kelvin Gastelum, but I like Joe Pyfer and I want to see him rise. I feel like Kelvin Gastelum will be a good name on his resume. That's my point. Raul, what is his name? Raul Rosas Jr. There we go.
Why is he so low? on the.
I mean, he's not a huge name right now. He's still rising up.
Maybe it's because it's the
Still a bantamweight.
last fight was-
He's a bantamweight, you know.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
kinda,
that Chiwi.
He's an ugly motherfucker, yo. Like he
He
just
got
like,
punched in the face a couple times.
bro. That
Before the
that,
UFC.
that clip you sent me, I couldn't even
Before the
like
UFC.
process. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this character talking? Like it was just like one of those like, is this so even a real?
He was
human being?
basically like he was saying that like it would be cool in his career to be able to achieve something in the stature of John Jones as being one of the youngest champions to do it because he could beat his record and be one of the youngest champions. He just has to make sure he's on his P's and Q's and gets the right fights.
Dude's
good
10-1
matchups.
right now.
You're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with his face?
But that's not 10 fights in the UFC though.
The
What'd you say?
So that's not 10 fights in the UFC though.
No, that's 10 professional fights total.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's only- I think
his
he's
last
only
fight
had,
was,
like,
was, a,
three
was
or-
a loss.
I think he said 3 or 4 fights in the UFC.
That
something
boy
like
dog.
Has he lost in the UFC?
He's the youngest in the UFC.
Well, he was still in high school when he started. I
They
know
were
that.
think it
expecting him
was-
to be on like
I watched his first
a
fight.
tear, but I believe, let's see.
He's been cooking.
Last I remember, he was the youngest in the UFC.
Yeah, 2022 was his first fight, and he's fought.
He's
actually,
20 years
fought
old right now.
A few times in the UFC now, so that's like 1, 2,
He won his
3,
first one.
4, 5 fights so far in the UFC. That's not bad.
He's won all.
No,
of
he
them.
won. He won his last
He
two.
got canceled.
Oh, his last two?
Yeah.
Decision and submission.
Okay. I thought
Oh yeah, he
lost
beat
his last
Ricky Turcios.
Yeah, he hasn't
You know what I'm
lost.
saying?
22 maybe?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, he hasn't lost in the UFC.
You guys want to get a good
No, he
laugh?
lost- he lost one in
Ricky
the UFC.
Turcios,
No.
his last win, the guy he beat by
Yeah.
submission. Look into him and watch the
I
videos of
remember
him saying, you know what I'm
taking
saying?
a loss on one in the
saying.
UFC.
You know what I'm saying?
So, well, let me see. So,
lot of you know
was
what
it this
I'm saying.
year? Because,
I'm saying.
If I thought it was his last one, but it wasn't his last one. Juan said it was his second last one, right?
Nah,
Or
Google
his
be
third-
saying-
his third last one.
Google says this motherfucker won every fight
Nah,
since he's been in the UFC. One got canceled.
No, Christian Rodriguez beat him in 2023 by decision.
That's
Christian
what it was.
Rodriguez. Let me see. Oh, there he is. Okay, Christian.
I was gonna say I remember him getting beat once, just the one time though. So that's what I'm saying. He has potential to still get.
But I-
It's also it's decision.
Yeah.
So
I remember that fight.
Loss
yeah.
is a loss.
it is a loss, but
People don't forget.
just because you
saying
didn't
he
get
got knocked out rather than getting decision.
It's
you
better to
you
say that.
but just because you didn't get knocked out or submitted doesn't mean you didn't get your ass whooped for 15 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't know. I don't remember the fight.
I
I think it was
remember
a close
he-
fight, that one.
I think it was. I think it was a close
Nah,
fight.
it wasn't that close. That loss, I remember.
It was close.
I remember. 'Cause I remember for sure he lost the fight.
yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, he lost this one.
If it was close, then shit,
He
maybe.
didn't have that same energy. he
I
usually
think
had.
Joe Pfeiffer is gonna get that one if we already said that one.
Oh no, he fucking he fucked up. 2 for 19 versus 83 for 115 total strikes.
Damn.
Yeah,
He got beat up.
wasn't
got-
throwing-
he got
wasn't
pieced
throwing
up.
Punches. I remember that fight.
he got pieced the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's not how
But you
you
know, it's a good
3
one.
for
I can't
16
wait
for
tomorrow.
takedowns?
We'll
This ain't
see.
boxing. You know what I'm saying? One
He-
loss. I ain't really tripping over one loss. Like, I know, like,
Bro, you the BMF.
yeah, I know. but like, we remember there was like the legends that we used to watch have losses. Like this ain't like how
I don't know.
Mayweather,
John Jones is
Man,
pretty nice.
I don't.
John Jones. Yeah, he's the one in like he's the
Khabib
that's
is
why-
pretty nice.
that's why he's the- yeah, but he retired a little early. He should have.
I was watching a clip. I think it was
Khabib ain't coming back, bro.
well, I think it was Crawford who was
Is one
talking
loss?
to
Crawford's a nice, bro. Crawford got hands.
it was him talking to Kamaru Usman and why am I blanking on his name? Henry Cejudo, and he was basically saying that like it's cool. They were comparing UFC to boxing, and he's like, one thing I will give the UFC that I do enjoy is that like the fans still give love to the fighters even with their losses, and I find that it is true. Like
So they should.
it is toxic. It is quick for people to like for example, like the thing I've talked about several times throughout the episode, Ilya changing his name to La Leyenda. The moment that dude gets slept, it's over for him.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter is going to tear him apart, and it's going to be so funny. But I will say this, even with, like, for example, Max Holloway getting knocked out, it was a dark couple days on Twitter. But overall, people were like, he will be back. He will be back. And his next fight, no one's going to even care that happened. They're going to be like, where you out? You know?
Do you respect an undefeated cakewalk the whole way, or someone like fucking George St. Pierre who had lost but came back and whipped their ass the next time?
I respect both. I think that they're both
overcoming
crazy
their losses.
feats, and
Exactly.
they both have their
sharpen
like,
your blade even more.
yeah, because you got to look at it this way: like there aren't a lot of people that have managed to go fully unscathed, undefeated, and walk out the other end.
Especially
Khabib is
in the
really the
UFC.
only one that I can think of, and even with him, like
Yeah, it was close calls with Khabib.
there were close calls, but then you look at like the way he trains, the way he lives his life, the level of
Exactly.
dedication and sacrifice that he puts into it, being the best that he is.
What it
that-
takes to be a champion for sure.
Exactly. That is admirable, and you respect that a lot. At the same time, watching somebody get knocked out and manage to pick themselves up, reinvent themselves, and come back and be great is also extremely like the clip that I keep seeing now. Like we were just talking about again, this episode is going to come out after the event happens. But Brandon Moreno with UFC Mexico, there's a viral clip that always goes around
When he
where
was
it's-
young?
where it's him young
He's like-
saying, "I will be back, and I mark my words, one day I will be."
Yeah, he was like,
champion."
not tomorrow, not next week, not next month,
Bingo.
but I will be champion.
And then it just cuts to him with his hands up, getting that belt wrapped around his waist. So that's another beautiful story as well. I feel like I admire them both. Like you gotta love the
That's why I'm
getting
going for
knocked down on your
Moreno.
feet and getting back up and keep swinging. You know what I mean? Like you
Absolutely.
love that story, but you also you gotta admire like. Yo, you're the greatest of all time. No one has ever been able to beat you. Even when there were moments where we saw like little gaps in the game, little chinks in the armor, you were still able to come out on the other end with like, again, a guy like Khabib. That's also pretty impressive, especially in a game like the fighting. It's one thing to do it in like, I guess you rely on a team and everything else. Yeah, no chess, right? And you rely on a team in a lot of other sports, but even in like boxing, like a Floyd Mayweather being able to go as far as he did
Yeah,
with
I
like a
don't trust
record
no
like
Floyds.
that, like I understand that there's like a lot of like picking and choosing and whatever it might be, but like in UFC and MMA, I would say mainly in the UFC in that organization. In other MMA organizations, they don't have the caliber of fighter normally.
Yeah.
You're fighting against the best of the best, especially when you get into that like top 10. You were fighting killers, man. I say it all the
exactly.
time. You zig when you should have zagged. You're getting clipped. You're getting knocked out.
Yeah.
You go
Kamaru
30-0
Usman versus
29-0.
Edwards. Yeah.
It's impressive.
But now look at Edwards.
And look at Usman.
Yeah. Well, you
Took
also
each other out.
Yeah, that Zach got him. It was a wrap.
Zach did get him. But even with like Leon was on like I think like a 10 or 11 fight win streak going into him getting his title. And then he got that one, he got 2 wins, and then now we're seeing him in a downturn, and even then it's only been like 2 fights that he's lost.
He's still young. He's
he
still
lost the
young.
belt, and then he lost this
33.
one. It's only been 2, and we're already look at how quick we're already like this bum minus. I was like, that's my favorite fighter.
Yeah, because it's like
That's it.
I ain't calling him a
'cause
bum,
it
but
keeps on happening to all my favorite fighters, so I can't turn on everyone.
No, you can't.
Like
Yeah.
I only choose the winners to be my favorite
Well,
fighter.
that's
That's
what I'm
like that's called riding the bandwagon. I'm
It
not
is,
trying
it
to,
is.
I'm not trying to be that guy.
that's true.
But that's what I was saying.
That's why I fuck with Tua. Tuivasa.
Yeah,
Boy.
you got to ride with them. It doesn't matter that they're on their losses. You still got to, like, here's my thing. You have to understand the game is the game. Like, not everybody's going to be the best ever. You want
I've
them
been
to
riding
be.
with John Jones.
but
Pause.
Yeah. I've been watching John
be-
Jones since his first
Since he was yay high.
That was the first fight I ever seen him fight.
Yeah.
Nah,
he's
this is
another-
I was a huge
Well, he-
Iceman fan.
he's
but
another one. So-
Iceman took a lot of L's.
Ram-
Yeah, he took a lot of L's. I still
Yeah.
fuck with him.
John Jones is somebody else that you have to admire the career. Youngest champion ever, managed to be undefeated this entire time, minus that one little hiccup with the elbow that even then people don't consider to be a real loss.
Even though he's had,
took it away.
even though he's
That's
had,
impressive, bro.
He's had some close fights.
If you watch that fight,
Not only
he
with Reyes, a
whipped
couple
his
other-
ass.
Oh, he murdered him. He murdered
He was
him.
no need for that.
that was really the ref, not
That
him.
was the ref saying like, all right, got it.
Meanwhile, we're like, we want the refs to do more when they do stuff like that. We're like, get out of here, you
Yeah,
bum.
right.
Get
That's
outta
why-
Let him kill him.
The ref,
The ref should have just called it out and gave Jones the win that one.
the ref
Probably.
position in every sport is one of the hardest positions
Crucial.
to
It's
ever.
crucial.
Because it's just
good.
like human errors. Like
Is that you got to pick up the human error, even though you're human.
You were talking.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
talking about this on an episode a while back. It wasn't on the MMA. It was on 806, and I wanted to like kind of chip in, but I'll let you guys do your thing. When it comes to like AI and all this other stuff coming into refereeing and judging and this, that, and the third, I still think people need to be involved. Now, I will say I do feel like they need to be a little bit more involved, like we were talking about earlier with Alex and Ankalaev holding up against the cage. 2 things I'd like to offer. We could either bring in the card system where there's a yellow card and a red card. The red card, you're taking away a point if you're stalling too much. Yellow card, it's to kind of speed it up.
I like the card.
Personally,
Soccer-
I like
soccer
this
fan.
idea. This is another one that I thought about earlier. I don't know if it's something I've heard or I don't know. ref gives a verbal warning that starts like a stop clock of 10 seconds. If you don't advance your position or at least start working in 10 seconds, you get your position removed. You start over at your respective corners and you start fighting again.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That I think
great.
needs to happen. If it's very clear you are stalling, you're just holding, we got to do something here. There needs to be some action.
I think you should just break it up and stand them up, like how they're doing.
Then there's
Do
also
it more often.
If nothing's happening, yes.
you got the
Yeah, if
opposite
nothing's
end of the
happening.
spectrum with
If
like Joe
nothing's
Rogan, who's like let them stay there and also start them when the round ends, start them with like in the same spot when the round begins.
But he also wants you to fight in a basketball court with no cage or anything.
I'm with that.
Nah, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna get pushed up against some wall.
No, he wants a basketball court. There's
No,
no,
no.
wall.
Even though you're a basketball
I
court,
can't- I don't-
you're gonna get
It's
pushed
very
up against
big.
one.
You're gonna.
Wait.
Kumite.
Did you guys see? I don't know if you've seen, but I was going through my feed and I saw that there was an MMA blindfold competition.
Oh man,
That's probably
saw
in
that.
Russia.
what
It's
Eastern
most likely-
European country is this?
I don't know whatever's on my
Russia.
feed,
Listen,
but
I saw that.
I was
all
like,
of it.
they were like this for like probably the first 2 minutes.
you can't-
And then
yeah,
once they like
find where you
connected,
at.
they were like,
They're like they're looking for the range. They're like,
yeah,
where are you?
where we at? Where we at?
Punch a rep ass.
Yeah, exactly. The ref is knocked out.
You gotta listen for those footsteps. I was watching. I was like, damn, you don't hear him? He's fucking making
right
bad
there.
noises.
There's also a crowd.
I like
also a crowd.
I like those. I like
I think the crowd.
The
medieval
is a good
armor
vote.
MMA. I'm
That's
with
shit I
that.
like.
The
That was
ice
tough.
hockey fights that have been going on. I'm with
you
that.
don't like car jujitsu?
Car jiu-jitsu is sick. I
Depends
like
what car.
I
Phone-
saw
phone booth.
phone booth
Phone
boxing.
booth boxing is insane.
Phone
Yeah,
booth
that's
boxing is
very
pretty
insane.
sick. Barnyard bare knuckle. That's also something that's been popping up on my feed. That's pretty dope. You guys, I'm a degenerate, bro.
I love backyard fights.
It's so
Yeah.
bad.
World
man.
Star.
Yeah.
World style about backyard fights.
Are you following Street Beefs yet?
Of course.
Yeah, all right. Everybody follows Street Beefs. I'm a proud supporter
the
of
parking
Street
garage
Beefs.
fights. Is that in there?
Street Beefs, it needs to be in there. The parking garage. Have you seen the one with the like Mexican dude who goes to fight somebody and the guy clearly knows Muay Thai and he's like he's just squaring up with him regular and this guy just does a head kick. KO.
Yep.
Head bounces off the cement. I had to turn it off. I was like, I can't watch that. The moment I see that, I'm like, I'm off this.
As long as there's a ref, I'll watch all those.
No. This is just a regular.
There's no ref.
street
It's
fight.
just somebody saying,
This is
like,
a street
"All right,
fight with
get
someone
ready to
with a
call the
camera."
ambulance.
The
bro."
thing about that
Fight
is
comp of the week.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
the problem with that is you should be able to walk away after that. Like, I beat him. I'm done. Some guys don't,
No, they don't.
and that's what I don't want to watch.
Some people gotta get.
They go right out
Again,
and
the
keep
rest of the
going.
race-
It's like that line. It's like
dude.
entertaining, and then is like past
murder.
entertaining.
It's-
It's like murder. It's like
It's the
someone
Jorge,
call somebody.
it's the Jorge Masvidal moment after he hit Ben Askren with the flying knee and he hit
Yeah.
him with those 2 extra punches. Goes to the post-fight press conference and one of the guys is
Well,
like,
it's the ref.
were those punches after the knee necessary? He goes, super necessary.
Yeah.
It's my job. It's
Absolutely.
super necessary.
I'd make
Yeah,
Did the ref
technically
stop
you
it, or
don't.
did the
Yeah,
ref-
The ref didn't pull me up. It's super necessary.
exactly. Like,
Super
Until the
necessary.
ref pulls you off.
Play to
that's
the whistle.
rules.
You play to the whistle,
that's
bro.
the
Play to the whistle.
in basketball, I personally like no mercy rule. Like I'm definitely the
Who
type
are
of
you
person.
scrapping with in
you know,
basketball? Like,
No,
what are you
no,
talking
not
about?
Until you hear the whistle.
I translate everything to basketball, but until the whistle, right?
Play to the whistle.
Like,
Yeah.
play until the whistle gets. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Like,
be bitching about calls.
Like
No, play
everything,
to the whistle.
you translate everything to basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
No, literally,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, damn near everything, work, everything, my whole life.
My whole life.
That's an absolute fact.
It all translates.
All right, girl, halftime.
All right, girl, time out.
I don't get it.
I got 3 more.
What, I hit a free throw after this?
I don't get it.
It's okay.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
It's okay. It's
that has
funny.
been another episode of Uneducated MMA.
yeah.
Big shout out to the BMF champion REG. Big shout out to this Justin. And then big shout out to, again, what do we go with? Shotgun Century.
Shotty. Saw the bullets right
Big
there.
shout out to Vibe Entertainment. Big shout out to Nerd God. Shout out Baldwin. Shout out
sir.
Melvin. Who else?
vibe.
Shout out to
Bar Super, you already know.
Young Soldiers to Sex. Yo,
Yup, yup,
shout
yup.
them out.
Young Soldiers to Sex.
Who do we got? Hood Inc. Shout out Hood Inc. I don't know who else is
Absolutely. I'm for it.
supporter of the show.
Shout
out Matt Doherty.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Boxing legend in my opinion.
Facts.
Let's see. Shout out to Prolific Barbershop. Shout
out
out
Jump Body
to
Alchemist.
Easy Cuts.
Yeah.
Cuts.
Who we got? Yeah, it's a lot of shout outs.
A lot of shout outs, man.
Shout out to P2P about to
Shout out P2P.
get your
Sign up now. DM
I think
Koki.
you got till April something.
Got Bars,
13th,
I got
I think.
Suba, Hector Mac, Lunita, we all out here.
Shout out to all of them. Again, with P2P, get your form ready, get your money ready, deposit and everything, get your team ready to go, and
Don't
submit
give
that.
them no team unless you get the money first.
Exactly.
Because, like, it's going to be a lit summer. We got 2 courts now in the point.
Let's get it.
I'm excited. I forgot about
yeah,
that. Yeah.
the zoo's going to be so turned up this year.
I'm excited, man.
I'm excited about it, too.
We got to get somebody.
Heal up, bro. I'm ready.
We gotta get like a dope mural or something down there. We got a lot of cool murals around the point. And I'd like to get some cool stuff up there. Get Koki. Koki needs to be
I
up there.
said, yo, give this man a statue.
Yeah.
It don't gotta
Yeah.
be too big.
It was crazy like growing up and like seeing all the murals in the point. And I remember like going to shout out Nathaniel Bowder, just no longer a school anymore.
Shout out our old school.
But I had one of my teachers. Shout out to Senora
First
Ruiz.
fourth grade class.
Oh, you had it, too?
She's on the mural.
She's teaching everybody.
She's on the
she
mural.
is on the mural.
But that was dope because
Wild.
it's somebody that I was just like,
Tell them
I've
every
always
grade.
seen their face, and I remember walking to school and be like, yo, how do I know you? She's like, oh, this is why. And I'm like, oh, damn, but it's like, look at that.
That's
You
so
guys
fun.
know who she is. Like,
She told us when I was in her class about that mural.
yo, shout out legends, man. There's a lot
She
of
is a
people on the
legend.
point that
Yeah,
need to be given their
She
love.
told my
give their
dad I cut
flowers.
corners. I like to cut corners.
Yeah,
He's very smart, but he tends
do.
to cut corners.
And that's why you're very smart, bro.
yeah, exactly.
She ain't lying.
I ain't doing all that
Tell
shit.
a lie.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
You feel me?
exactly.
But anyway, shout
I
out to
didn't
the
forget.
Yeah.
shout out to the
Sleeping
fans.
president.
As always, please like, share, comment, subscribe, everybody. And
Principal.
yeah,
Who the principal?
looking forward to the next episode. Peace.
Peace. Solo.